Episode 7 of Gen V Season 2 is just around the corner. And last night over on X, the Gen V account released a trailer for the upcoming episode, which is titled Hell Week, following the ending of Episode 6 where Marie left Stan Edgar's bunker and Kate followed. Within this episode, it seems like Marie is going to be back around the area where Godolkin University sits, and she's going to be hoping to get some answers from the man in the hyperbaric chamber, with Dean Cipher always being one step ahead. It seems like that's also going to be the case in this episode too, as he could have a secret plan. So with that, let's dive into the trailer, break it down, and I'll share what I think could happen. Here is Gen V Season 2 Episode 7 trailer explained. Just to let you know, this video will contain spoilers. So first off, the episode is titled Hell Week, and the runtime has been confirmed to be just over 30 minutes long. I'm a little bit disappointed in that, to be honest, as this is the episode that's going to be building towards the crescendo in the finale. And I was kind of hoping that we get something a little bit longer, more towards an hour. Penultimate episodes in TV series always used to be the ones that would arguably be bigger than the finale. But in this show, with it being this short at around 35 minutes, I just struggle to imagine how it's going to get everything that it needs to get inside of it. That's almost what we need just for Marie and Kate, let alone the rest of the characters that are out there working with Stan Edgar. But I'm hopeful it'll be able to be successful. The finale is set to come in at around 50 minutes, so maybe that's where a lot of the energy is going to be focused. The trailer opened up with Marie and Kate walking into Dean Cipher's house, showing that Marie has most likely gone to confront Cipher, following her breaking out from Elmira and him killing her sister. She's most likely going there with the intention of revealing to him that she knows what his intentions are, and that he's been planning on using her as a weapon, following her finding out from Stan Edgar that she has the potential power of Homelander. In my opinion, the framing and positioning of this shot with Kate in the background, looking over at her, it really does make me feel like Kate's gonna go on to betray Marie. I mentioned in my previous video how there was this shot in Episode 6, where Annabeth looked over at Kate in a suspicious way, following her putting on a hat, and it made me think about how Annabeth could well have seen Kate before in one of her visions, considering she's a precog. The look that she had was one where she was almost wary of her, so it makes me think that Kate could potentially go on to betray Marie, and Annabeth could have potentially seen it before. When I think of reasons for Kate's betrayal, well, the main one that I think could be the case is centered around her wanting her powers back and being made to feel inferior and like a human, because she's not got them under control. She asked Marie to fix them in a previous episode, and she declined to do so, and I think with Cipher wanting to weaponize Marie, she might work with him because Cipher might promise her the possibility of using Marie to get her powers back. Kate also doesn't feel like herself because of the way that she looks, and she's seen the toll that the past year has had on her, so she might now just start looking out for herself. The first line of dialogue in the trailer was Marie speaking with Polarity, and she said, "We think the man Cipher was keeping in that thing was Thomas Codlin." As this was being said, Marie and Kate were walking over to the chamber to most likely go inside of there. Kate got in there once before, so she knows that she can get them in there again if they need to. The line of dialogue was being spoken to Polarity, and he was looking on shocked at what she was saying. Marie then said, "If we can get to Godolkin, he can take down Cipher." This was met with a response by Polarity, where he said Godolkin might be even more dangerous, and Marie said, "I don't think we have a choice." Godolkin is most likely going to prove to be dangerous for a few different reasons. The first is that when you think back to Episode 2, when Polarity and Emma went inside of the archival part of the Thomas Godolkin library, Godolkin's section was tucked far away in a hidden spot where nobody could lay eyes on everything that he was involved in, and there was also some questionable files and photos that were there, which showed the type of mindset and beliefs that he had, some of the extreme far rights, as well as that Godolkin is most likely going to be more dangerous, because he could well be revealed as the person that's controlling Cipher, and Cipher could just be an innocent man that's being used as a puppet. It was mentioned how Cipher had dedicated his life's work to rebuilding Godolkin's work, but that wouldn't be possible because Godolkin can't even communicate, so Cipher has been able to carry out Godolkin's work because Godolkin is in control of him. That would also explain the pain that Jordan was able to sense when Cipher was in control of them, because the real Cipher is still present within there, but just not in any control whatsoever, and is most likely afraid, like Homelander. Godolkin believed in soup supremacy, as he wanted to create the most powerful soups that had ever existed, with Project Odessa, and in the most recent episode, Cipher spoke of removing 75% of the students at the university. So if Godolkin is in control, it shows that he's of the same mindset as Homelander, and by revealing that the Cotton don't his plan, it would make him more dangerous, because he'd be going after them moving forward. After this, we saw Polarity. Kate and Marie break into Cipher's office, where they're probably going to look to confront him. Then there was a shot of Cipher looking through his V-Defender security app at Marie. Kate and Polarity inside of the room where the hyperbaric chamber is. Cipher was looking at the video footage and almost smiling at the fact that they were putting the pieces together and getting closer to uncovering the truth. It's all kind of a game to him, and he's always one step ahead, so one would imagine that he has something in store for the three that are snooping around. Maybe Marie is going to look to heal Godolkin, and that could be Godolkin's original plan, and that's also why Cipher could look so happy over the top of this scene. Marie said the line, "I'm the only one who can stop Cipher." Her mindset will probably be like this, because she found out the lengths of her powers and abilities, and the true strength that she holds, as well as that there was then a quick succession of shots. One was of polarity, looking like he was utilizing his powers, or they were being drawn out of him. It was also accompanied by Marie with a bloody nose, which showed that she was using her powers too. The scene with Marie seemed to be taking place inside of the room, that the man in the hyperbaric chamber that we believe is Thomas Godolkin was being kept in, so I wonder if she's going to look to heal him in some capacity. If he is there, Kate was also in pain, so that makes me think that it's the healing that's going to be taking place. As we saw that at the end of episode 5, as well as that the shot with polarity seemed to be in a completely different setting, which makes me think that it's going to be taking place where Dean Cipher actually was, which is inside of the arena where the group go to work on their abilities. Cipher was seen to be picking out many different types of swords, with polarity's powers being on the blink, and he himself not being in full control of them. I wonder if Cipher is going to strategically place these swords around the room, so that when polarity goes to use his powers on Cipher, he's going to draw the swords towards him, and ultimately end up being killed. We saw a couple of episodes back that when he used his powers, it caused the lights of his cutlery to go flying towards him, so I wonder if it'll have the same effect. Cipher did find him on the floor with all of that around him, so he might have taken note of it. This means that this next episode could well bring about the end of polarity, with Cipher then showing that he has the upper hand. That could be where Kate ultimately switches sides, and switches her allegiance to the likes of Dean Cipher, for her own personal gain. Then from there the trailer came to a close. There was nothing mentioned of Stan Edgar, Sam, Emma, Annabeth, and Jordan, so I do wonder how they'll feature in the next episode. I do think they will though, because they're all an integral part of the story, and with Jordan constantly being concerned over Marie, it makes me think that they'll be involved towards the climax. I also think Annabeth might have some kind of vision that could show that Maria is in danger, and that could be what will lead them to reunite. Emma also has the love triangle with Sam and Greg, so I think we'll see that developing too. It really does feel like Season 2 of Gen 5 has flown by, but with the final season of The Boys being on the horizon, I think we'll most likely see the likes of Godolkin making it out of this season alive, and then be alongside Homelander, battling for the wider spread of supremacy, leading the creator of Homelander to literally be there alongside him as he looks to lead the country. It really feels like Gen 5 Season 2 has flown by. But with The Boys' final season on the horizon, I think we'll likely see Thomas Godolkin survive this season, possibly teaming up with Homelander himself to push the idea of Suprema even further. That would bring the creator of Homelander face to face with his own creation, a terrifying alliance that could reshape the future of this universe. So there you have it, Gen 5 Season 2, Episode 7 trailer explained. If you want to see every episode breakdown of Gen 5 Season 2, check out the playlist below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your theories in the comments. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.